It's time for the whole 9 yards. Hello again, everyone. I'm Ralph Ventry, ready to bring you the whole 9 yards on Northeast Conference football. Only 3 game days remain on the regular season schedule as our focus shifts to Week 10. All 8 NEC teams will hit the gridiron this Saturday, so let's run through the 4 matchups on the opening drive. Let's start on Staten Island, where Wagner will host Merrimack. Their spring matchup was canceled due to COVID issues within Wagner's program last March, but the long-awaited clash between the SEAHAWKS and the Warriors has finally arrived. Wagner is still looking to break into the win column for the first time this season. The SEAHAWKS will benefit by pressuring the passer in Saturday's battle with the Warriors. Wagner has shown the ability to get into the backfield with high frequency, especially when it comes to defensive end Titus Leo. The New York City product has 6 sacks and 12.5 tackles for a loss thus far this fall. Now, Merrimack quarterback Weston Elliott has thrown 26 touchdown passes through 8 games this season. He's too shy of tying the NEC single season record, and the graduate student has quickly established a great rapport with a number of targets, including H-back Tyler Roberts and young receiver Jakari Carter. Weston Elliott going up against Wagner's vaunted pass rush. It's Saturday on Staten Island. Watch it live on NEC Front Row. Moving to nearby Brookville, New York, where LIU is home to host Duquesne. The Dukes trek east from Pittsburgh, looking to shake out of their 2-game funk. I'll be keeping an eye on the quarterback position for Duquesne to see if Darius Parentis returns to the lineup this week. The Dukes were down to their 3rd-string quarterback in last week's 17-10 setback to St. Francis. Now, this game between Duquesne and LIU could wind up being a rock fight since neither team is afraid to grind it out. With that said, the Dukes and the Sharks are a threat to air it out on any given play. Duquesne deep threat Cyrus Holder made a 26-yard touchdown grab last week, while LIU veteran pass catcher Derek Eugene has touchdowns in each of the Sharks' last 2 victories. The Sharks hope to make it 3 in a row this Saturday. Duquesne has other ideas. Sharks, Dukes, live on NEC Front Row. Now let's have a peek at the NEC's Red rivalry game between SHU Big Red and the St. Francis U Red Flash. There'll be extra attention paid to this affair because of its conference title implications. Sacred Heart and St. Francis are tied atop the NEC standings at 3-1. Sacred Heart has won 3 straight conference games since dropping the NEC opener at Bryant, but the Pioneers have yet to win on the road. Despite SHU's 0-3 road record, St. Francis head coach Chris Valerio is prepping his Red Flash to face a hungry opponent that knows how to win.
Sacred Heart Coach Nofri's done a tremendous job of developing a system that these running backs have excelled in. They got a big offensive line. They're doing tremendously well. They got a quarterback that can throw. They bring in another quarterback that'll run on you. They've developed their system. They've done a tremendous job, and their defensive coordinator, obviously, he's got them guys playing at a very high level. No one's done much throwing on them, as you stated. He's a guy that's not afraid to bring it, and he'll blitz you. He's very aggressive in his approach. He's got his guys playing at a high level, and the result is they're a winning program right now.
Two stats to track for this matchup. First, on the Sacred Heart side, running back Malik Grant still leads the FCS in rush yards despite having a bye last week. On the other side, St. Francis rookie kicker Alex Schmoke is 8 of 9 on field goal attempts this season, including 4 for 5 from 40 yards and beyond. Will it be Big Red or the Red Flash? Watch it live, NEC Front Row, high noon on Saturday. And now for the featured NEC Game of the Week on ESPN3. Rhode Island meets Connecticut as Bryant travels to CCSU. The visiting Bulldogs control their own destiny in terms of the NEC's race for the automatic FCS playoffs bid. Bryant has benefited from a number of defensive standouts this season, and all of them have had a hand in effectively stopping the run. Bryant head coach Chris Merritt preached on the importance of run defense during the bye week.
If we're going to stop the run, it really, they're half the piece right there. Defensive line obviously is the key, but the linebackers' ability to recognize, diagnose a play, and fill where they have to fill quickly in the way that they do, and as sure tacklers they are, that's part of our deal. That's part of our makeup. That's part of our DNA in hopefully trying to compete for an NEC championship, is be very solid against the run.
Central Connecticut ran the ball extremely well in last week's win at Merrimack. The Blue Devils totaled 232 yards on the ground, including 164 rush yards, courtesy of NEC Offensive Player of the Week, Aaron Dawson. Now, both of CCSU's NEC wins have come on the road, but they'll have a chance to change that this Saturday at a Root Field live on ESPN3. It's a noontime kickoff. Paul Dottino, Kevin Gilbride, and John Schmelk will bring you all of the action live on the ESPN app. Let's check in on the NEC stock market. I'll tell you whose value is on the rise. Continuing along with the Central Connecticut theme, please shift your attention to rookie linebacker Harold Miles. The 225-pound freshman was a difference maker in the Week 9 win over Merrimack, making 3 solo tackles, including 2 hits for a loss. The first-year Blue Devil also recorded a pass breakup in the 49-21 triumph. As for the season, Miles has played in all 8 games for the Blue Devils and has recorded multiple tackles during each of the 8 outings. He has sacked the quarterback in games against NEC members LIU and Wagner. His name is Harold Miles, a freshman linebacker, 29 total tackles this season, and his stock is all the way up. If you'll excuse me as I call our Twitter timeout, let's hit the tweet sheet. This week it comes from Trib Sports. That's the account of the Pittsburgh Tribune Review. And Trib Sports was tweeting about St. Francis's Justin Slawowski-led victory in the annual Keystone State Clash with Duquesne. Slowoski came off the bench, running 61 yards into the red zone on a QB keeper and subsequently throwing the go-ahead touchdown pass to Katiro Summers. Slowoski, a local product, played his high school ball for Hempfield in Western Pennsylvania, but he made a stop at Pitt before arriving at St. Francis.
You know, it's all about the process. It started in, I was at Pitt in 18 and, loved it my time there. It's just great, whenever hard work pays off. That's my MO also. And, just trust the process and good things happen. You just keep working. That's what I do. So.
And now we're getting down towards the end of the season. How do you guys build off of today and try and take it to the end?
It's just kind of, we'll celebrate this win 24 hours, and then we have Sacred Heart next week, who just knocked this team off too. So, we'll have a challenge next week. We'll be ready for it.
Blue 42. Blue. Oh, it's time for your NEC Audible. It's time to share an important sound bite that we picked up on over the past week. And it has to do with Bryant's defense. Now, the Bulldogs defensively have performed well for much of the season. And now that defensive unit has a chance to get even better with the return of two key veteran defensive backs. Andre Brackett and David Onyeman made their 2021 fall season debut last time out against Wagner. Brackett was a preseason All-NEC selection at both defensive back and return specialist. Onyeman had played in every game for Bryant in each of the past 3 seasons. Both veteran DBs were out since the preseason due to injury. Here's head coach Chris Merritt with our featured soundbite of the week, and that's about the Bulldogs' reinforcements that are coming in the secondary.
It's been a long time coming. We finished the spring thinking that both of them would be back all 11 football games, but God had a different plan. Both of them suffered different types of medical deals, but it was really good to get them both back on the field. I know they were both happy. I think they had a smile on the bus the entire way home. And we've got 3 games left this year to finish and for them to pour everything they have. And they know that they're coming back at the right time because of our ability to compete for something now.
And unfortunately, we were unable to hook up with Rick Saratella for this week's NEC Football Chop Shop. So we'll put that segment on hiatus. We wish Rick well as he tends to a personal family matter, but we expect him back next week. So tune in again for the whole 9 yards next week, and we'll have the Chop Shop with Rick Saratella of NFL Draft Bible. But as for now, go forth and enjoy the Week 10 games. Thank you for watching the whole 9 yards on NEC Football. I'm Ralph Ventry. I'll see you next week right here on NEC Front Row.